What's happening? Poppinland episode 3. I know it's been a minute. I have not forgotten about this series, just haven't had much time. Today, we're going to hit the topics over here on the side. The theme for me is pop punk is alive and well. We've got some albums I've been looking forward to. Stoked they came out. I can't believe Halloween is right around the corner. Then it's going to be the end of the year, and I'm going to have to think about my top 5 albums of the year, which is always fun for me. First things first, the starting line. I've been looking forward to this new album for 18 years. That is so long. The way I have to wrap my head around this is like zero birth through high school. That's how long it's been. 18 years it's been. Now they've toured and released some music here and there, but I was stoked to check out this album. Really enjoyed their newer songs, Sense of Humor and Circulate. And I was curious if the rest of the album was going to sound like this. And it does, more or less. For me, what I love about it is there's a grit to it. And it's almost like an indie vibe to some extent. But when I listen to their lead singer, Kenny, talk about it, a lot of this is intentional and by design. And what I love about it is this deep into their career, they're doing exactly what they want to do. I don't think they care about radio play or the sales or anything like that. So I really love this album. I think it's a super fresh take on pop punk, more or less, but really just a great album. The kickoff track for me, I See How It Is my favorite song, outside of the 2 singles, of course. But yeah, this one ruled, surpassed my expectations. Next up, we got to talk about my boy Matt Skiba, an Alkaline trio. So on one of the previous Poppinland episodes, we talked about Oblivion, which was their brand new track from their work with Travis Barker. And at the time, we had heard there were 3 songs that were going to be coming out that they worked on with Travis. We got the second one. Kind of came out of nowhere, and it was called Bleeding Out. The first time I heard it, I wasn't quite sure if it lived up to Oblivion because I love that song. Actually just caught them out on tour with Blink-182, which was sick, and saw them play it live. And I wasn't totally sure on it, but gosh, this song has just grown on me quite a bit, and his voice just sounds perfect on it. I really love what Travis has done with Alkaline Trio. I wasn't quite sure if it would have more of a polished sound per se, or stay true to Alkaline Trio, and I think it's a great pairing for sure. So this was track number 2. I would think track number 3 would be coming sooner than later, because my understanding is the 3 songs are going to be released on 7-inch vinyl and be out by the end of the year. I've ordered the first 2 7-inch vinyl from Alkaline Trio's website, and what I love about those is there's a demo version as track 2 on each vinyl, so that's part of why I picked it up. The cover art and everything is rad, and obviously happy to support them, but I really want to hear those demo tracks. So looking forward to that, and my God, at this point, I hope they do a whole album with Travis, because these first few songs are really sick. Another album that I had been looking forward to is the Yellowcard album. So Better Days finally dropped, produced by Travis Barker. That opening single, Better Days, is just such a banger, but there were 2 other songs that really stood out to me quite a bit. Love Letters Lost is the one that, when I saw the track list, my eyes perked up quite a bit because Matt Skiba was on there, featuring Matt Skiba, so I figured it would be sick, and this one is really good. I love the guitar riff at the beginning. I think Skiba sounds amazing, and I will say that, surprisingly, the one that I enjoy maybe the most on this album is You Broke Me Too with Avril, which you would not think would be my favorite on there, but it's so catchy. And in fact, the first time I was listening to it, I was trying to understand, I guess, the lyrics to it, and I almost took it as, like, if you break up with somebody, like, yeah, it hurts them, but it also breaks you too. I don't think that's the right interpretation. The more I listen to this, I think it's just, I guess, breaking up with somebody and then you find somebody else and then that person breaks you too, I think is kind of the moral of the story. But that's how much I enjoy the song, is I've actually tried to understand the lyrics on it and have actually thought about it. But this album was great. They've been out on tour. My buddy just saw them live the other day with A Day to Remember. So I'm happy for them. It seems like they've had a bit of a resurgence, and for them to get out on tour off the hype of a brand new album, it's exciting times for folks who enjoy Yellowcard. I mean, for me, it's probably my favorite album of theirs, to be honest. So that's rad. We got to talk about the Paradox. This is a band that kind of came out of nowhere for me. They just hit my radar working with Travis on a collab not too long ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I went and looked it up. They have a brand new EP out called NSFW, Not Safe for Work, and I didn't realize it's their debut EP, which is kind of crazy, and they have an awesome story. I went and looked, and I was shocked that they just formed in June of last year, which is wild, and really just shortly after forming, Jack White of the White Stripes, who's a hero of mine, I guess stumbled across a video of theirs online, invited them to open for him just a few weeks into being a band, which is absolutely insane. Somehow they caught the eye of Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day and were able to open for them, which is just insane. So I'm so happy for them. I mean, that's such a cool story, and I'm all about like folks' dreams coming true, and be able to see that is pretty rad. But yeah, this EP is dope. I went to their website to try and buy it. It's actually sold out, which is crazy, but keep them on your radar for sure, because they've kind of busted onto the scene, and it's just fun pop punk that I enjoy. And then obviously they have a story there that you can't help but just root for them. I mean, it's really, really cool, and I wish them nothing but the best. That might be a rad podcast convo with one of them if they're ever down to come on, because that's an incredible story for sure. And with Green Day and Jack White kind of taking them under their wing and giving them a chance, it's just really cool. It's almost like the punk rock roots thing where you kind of pay it forward. And so for them to have that and then be able to kind of explode off of that momentum, it's pretty rad. So check out that one if you haven't. Next up, we're going to talk about Girlfriends. So if you listen to the podcast or watch it here on the channel, this was the last episode. And Girlfriends is Travis Mills, who you might know from the rap game back in the day, and then Nick Gross, who is actually the drummer for Goldfinger, has been since 2018-ish, has a record label with John Feldman, Big Noise. So they have a brand new album, There Goes the Neighborhood, which is really, really good. Like, it is really good pop punk. They just came on the podcast and we talked about it in depth. It was really cool to have a bit of an understanding, I guess, of how they wrote the album, and they came up with the title first and worked around that, which is pretty wild. Check out this album if you haven't. There's a song on there called 1999 that is an absolute banger. I have listened to that song over and over and over. It's just so catchy, really nostalgic 90s vibes. And they did a record release party, a live stream the other day that I watched. It was really cool. So check out this album if you haven't. Check out the podcast. If you want to hear my conversation with them, we talk a ton about Blink-182. Nick had taken lessons with Travis at an early age, which is insane. I learned so much in that conversation and really appreciated their time. New Found Glory released a brand new song, Laugh It Off, and we also got the official release date of their new album, Listen Up. It's coming February 20th on Pure Noise Records. Easily the most anticipated album for next year for me thus far. And this new song, it rips. I mean, just like 100%, it has a super recognizable riff right off the bat, that bow, 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 bow. So good. And it seems like this album is going to be heavy, which you already know I am down with for sure. Really enjoyed the new song. It's got a funny music video where they try to replace Jordan with AI and it doesn't work out, which is kind of poking fun at AI in some capacity. But yeah, this song rips, and I cannot wait for that New Found Glory album dropping in February. Definitely looking forward to that one for sure. Last band we got to hit on today is Action Adventure. I love this band. I actually discovered them opening for New Found Glory not too long ago, and they released their brand new album, Ever After, which is sick. There's 2 songs on there I want you to check out if you haven't, and if you dig them, you'll know right away, and if it's not your thing, it's fine, but there's 2 songs on there. The first is Real Juicer Hours. This is one that's been out for a little bit, and then they have a newer one called URL. Both just absolutely rip. And what I loved about this album, it just came out a week or 2 ago, not long at all. And what I loved about it is it's actually heavier than I would have expected. And just their guitar tones, it's almost like it's super metal, but it's almost, there's an electronic element to it. It's just gnarly, and they have some of the best breakdowns in there. So if you're a fan of kind of the heavier side of pop punk, Definitely recommend checking them out. And they are on tour right now, so get out there and support some of these smaller bands who absolutely rip. Because yeah, that Real Juicer Hour song, like if you're not headbanging during the bridge of that, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We will end today's Poppinland episode with Poppin's picks. I've got my top 3. At number 1, we're going with Love Letters Lost, Yellowcard featuring Matt Skiba. Just a beautiful song. I'm sure most people listening to this have probably checked that out by now, but definitely do if you haven't. The second song that is on my just can't stop playing right now list is 1999 by Girlfriends. Totally check that one out. It's a little bit more on the catchier, like pop side of pop punk, but that's what I love about pop punk is there's a wide range from kind of the heavier stuff with action adventure we just talked about to more of the pop side, and then there's stuff in the middle. It's all good. Check that one out. And their album, There Goes the Neighborhood, is really sick. There's a feature on there with Goldfinger as well that rips. The third song you have to check out, if you haven't yet, is Laugh It Off by New Found Glory. Such a gnarly riff. Put it on, play it loud, and look forward to their new album coming out in February. That'll do it today for Poppinland. As I mentioned when I created this, I wanted to keep these short, sweet, quick topics over here on the side. We could talk about whatever, whenever. Is there any music I should be checking out? I love listening to new albums, new songs, discovering new bands. Drop them below. And if you enjoy this, please be sure to like and subscribe. Do the thing. Talk soon.